Support comes from the Missouri Forest Products Association, providing more than 41,000 jobs in the production of wood pallets, railroad ties, white oak barrels, hardwood floors, and more. Details at choosewood.com.
You are listening to the music of Bruiser Queen. It was the local favorite last year in our Tiny Desk Contest. Once again, NPR is conducting a Tiny Desk Contest, and St. Louis Public Radio is going along for the ride. Joining me in studio to explain is St. Louis Public Engagement producer, Lindsay Toler. Lindsay, are you a fan of Bruiser Queen?
Yeah, I'm dancing over here. I love it.
I noticed that. This is a fun time for local musicians, isn't it?
Yeah, big time. I'm so excited about Tiny Desk Contest because it means that I get to see what all the musicians are working on, and you really get to see their creativity.
Now, there's kind of a commingling here of local musicians and what NPR is doing because they get together at some point to try to.
Yeah, that's right. Technically, the Tiny Desk, the whole concept of Tiny Desk is an NPR national thing. It started because folks at NPR tried to go to a show and hear a songwriter, and they couldn't hear her over how loud and noisy the bar was. And so they said, instead of seeing a show in a large venue, wouldn't it be greater to have it at a tiny desk, at our music writer's desk? And that is what they did 10 years ago. And now here we are with Tiny Desk concerts being something that are really, really popular online and a launching pad for new musicians or folks who want to get their music out there. And then sort of the St. Louis angle is that while NPR is running a national contest to find a new winner for Tiny Desk, we get to pick our local favorite. So anybody who is playing music and puts together a Tiny Desk contest submission and lives within the St. Louis public radio listening area, we compile all of those videos and people get to vote for who's going to be their favorite, and then we have that group headline a concert for us.
And the desk is very important. They better include a desk in the video, correct?
There are only a couple of rules, and that is one of the rules. It has to be a desk. It can be any desk. I think it doesn't have to be tiny. It can be any size. I think that you could make a case for a table being a desk. There's some flexibility there, but it's got to be a desk.
What other rules do they have to abide by in order to submit through us, or do they submit directly to NPR? Does it go through us?
You submit directly to YouTube, really. They want to make sure that the videos are good for YouTube, which means, you can't be sampling other people's music, for example. That's a really important rule. Some of the other rules are real simple things. Everybody needs to be 18. The video needs to be something that can be shared on YouTube. Like I said, everybody needs to be from the United States of America, some of that kind of stuff. If you Google Tiny Desk Concert rules, there's actually a quiz that comes up that can tell you whether or not you match all of the rules. So that's very handy.
You mentioned the word winner a little while ago, and I know that NPR is kind of funny about that, about using that word. What's that all about?
Yeah, the contest sponsor is Lagunitas, the beer company, and they've been doing this for a couple of years now for us, and we're really grateful to have them on there. But the winner is going to be the person who wins the Tiny Desk contest nationally, so out of every submission in all of the United States. Last year's winner was Tank and the Bangas. They're from New Orleans, and they jam. I love it. And then here in St. Louis, so we don't want to have a winner necessarily because the winner is with the national contest, and the winner gets to go on and play a concert in D.C. They get to go on tour around the United States with NPR and Lagunitas, and they get to appear on a taping of NPR's Ask Me Another. But in St. Louis, we have what I'm calling a local favorite instead of a winner, and the local favorite will get to headline a concert that we're going to do April 5th at a new rooftop and test kitchen, which is where we had it last year. We're really excited to, pluck somebody out of the St. Louis music scene and put them on a rooftop and put them in front of a big crowd of people.
What does the national winner receive?
They get to go on tour, and the previous winners from the last three contests, not only do you go on tour and do you get some new exposure, I think one person recently won a Grammy, one of the winners. It's just this real influx of exposure, but especially getting to go on tour with NPR, performing in D.C. and appearing on Ask Me Another, NPR's game show.
And of course, anybody who can be found on YouTube and is any good has a chance of benefiting greatly from that.
Yeah, I love it. All you need is a song in your heart and a desk at your feet.
Right. What is the timetable for all of this?
You can submit your Tiny Desk application, video to YouTube through March 25th. And then they're going to name the winners probably in early April. We're going to have our contest on, or we're going to have our happy hour concert on April 5th. But the contest is now open to submit videos. So you can submit from today through March 25th.
You mentioned everybody has to have a desk when they submit. Are there any other restrictions that are involved as part of the rules?
The song needs to be an original song. So no covers. I'm a karaoke gal myself, so I would love to do a karaoke version of it. But it's got to be an original song, and it's got to be a song that you wrote for this. If you've been in the contest before or written songs for other contests before, then those songs are out. It's got to be an original song for this contest.
How many people did we have submit last year?
Last year, there were 6,000 total submissions, and 50 came from our listening area. So my secret goal, that's not so secret anymore, is to get 60.
Yeah. Are these generally professional people who are doing this, or mostly amateur?
They're very purposefully not professional. I say that. There are folks who are not signed. So if you've already got a record contract, this contest isn't for you. But if maybe you're a professional musician, maybe you're touring, maybe you're playing shows around St. Louis or wherever you are. But this is a contest that's for folks who at least don't have a recording contract, so are still trying to break into the music scene, or like I said, just have a song in their hearts.
Did last year's entrants, did any of them get a big push through this contest?
Yeah, definitely. Tank and the Bangas got a lot of notoriety that I think they wouldn't have received without winning this contest, especially, they're coming from the New Orleans music scene, which is an incredibly crowded and dynamic and talented scene. But now they get guest spots on all sorts of shows and stuff. It's been cool to see them perform.
How about locally?
No, unfortunately, Tank and the Bangas hasn't come here. I would love that.
Well, you're looking for 60 this year.
That's my goal.
All righty. Well, this is I guess we're launching the operation again. Once again, the dates for the submissions.
You can submit now through March 25th. You'll be able to start voting for your St. Louis favorite on March 15th. So stay tuned for that. And then really the way to follow everything is to follow the hashtag TinyDeskSTL.
And check out our website, stlpublicradio.org. We'll
That's
be
right.
following it that way. Thank you so much, Lindsay Toler. Great to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Good luck with the contest.
Thank you.
Archive versions of past St. Louis On the Air programs available for download or podcast at stlpublicradio.org/STL On Air. St. Louis On the Air is a production of St. Louis Public Radio 90.7 KWMU. Thank you for listening. I'm Don Marsh.
Support comes from the Missouri Forest Products Association, committed to conservation and careful management of the state's forests to make them more resilient and better habitats for wildlife. ChooseWood.com.